Hi, my name's Jason. It's week 8, day 50 of my full-time chronic pain rehabilitation journey. Today I'm going to talk about how to build mental toughness even when you're physically debilitated. I know it sounds impossible, but it can be done. At the end of the video I'm going to have a tip about how to get a better night's sleep, so stay tuned. First though, a status update. I just had my 7th ketamine trip. Ketamine, if you don't know, is a psychedelic that can aid with anxiety and depression, and it has some after effects. So I'm only a couple hours out of the clinic, and the side effects are motion sickness and just kind of feeling icky. So I'm still doing my video. Actually, there's another side effect too, which is you can become really emotional. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen today. But so far, so good. I also started a new routine last week called Miracle Morning. It's by a guy named Hal Elrod. And I'm going to go over that in future videos after I've had a little bit more time to do it. I did it about 4 times last week, and I've done it once this week. I'm hoping to get all of the days in this week, and then I can kind of give you a report on what I think about it and how it can be adapted for a person with a chronic condition. And I have a personal best to share with you. I have swam 30 consecutive freestyle laps before, but I did it faster this time. Last time it was 38 minutes. And this time it was 36 minutes, so I shaved 2 minutes off my time. So my lap time's about 1 minute 20 seconds or so. Trending downward. Good news. Now on to how to develop mental toughness when you're debilitated physically. I didn't sleep well last night. We changed our sheets to some other brand, and for whatever reason they didn't regulate my body temperature right. And so I found myself like tossing and turning, waking up every hour. And so it's like the worst night's sleep I've ever had. Well, not ever, but since I started this journey, and it had nothing to do with the journey itself. It's kind of funny. So we switched our sheets back, and so hopefully I'll sleep better tonight. But the point is, I had a reason to get up at night. And when I did, I went on, instead of watching my favorite sci-fi series, The Expanse, which is a no-no, I turned on a YouTube self-help video, and I learned about a guy named David Goggin. So I'd never heard of him before. And holy crap, this guy is intense. He is a real-life Rocky. So if you ever watched the Rocky movies, he's like that. He's not a boxer, but he's a soldier. And he's done SEAL Hell Week 3 times, one time twice in the same year. And he's run like 60 ultra marathon type events in his life. And he even ran like a 205-mile race in like 39 hours straight. And sometimes when he does these things, he's injured. So the first ultramarathon he ran, he had stress fractures in his legs and like shin splints and other problems going on, and he still completed with no training. He just went in and ran 100 miles, and he was peeing blood, and the guy's, he's kind of crazy. But a lot of what he says makes sense and kind of lines up with what I've been learning on my own, just organically during my journey. So I want to share some of that with you. So his basic idea is that every day you need to do something uncomfortable. In his language, something that sucks. And the reason why is because it builds up your mental ability. He describes it as kind of a mental armor. And so every day there's got to be something you do, something that stresses you out, that you don't want to do, right? That you exercise your mind and overcome. And by doing that, it's kind of like a rep with a weight, or you can think of it like a weightlifting routine. Every day, you're just kind of flexing that mental muscle, and building up your mental capability. And he even describes, eventually you'll develop what are called mental calluses, so that you can handle difficult things that you otherwise couldn't have. And it's because you've practiced a lot. And I have examples of it. I've been doing this quite a bit. My making this video right now, after coming down from ketamine and still being motion sick, is an example of doing exactly what he describes, right? It doesn't suck, but it's kind of uncomfortable because, one, there's the threat of my emotions popping out at any moment, unannounced, and I don't feel particularly good, but I'm doing it. And so, in fact, he inspired me to do it. So that's why I'm here. And I'm trying to hold it together better than usual. So thank you, David Goggin. Another example is I take cold showers every day, and I do get into a cold tub, which is a tub filled with near freezing water, and sit in it for typically about 10 minutes a day. And so those are things I just started doing because I realized as I started this journey, it's mostly a mental journey. My mindset at the beginning was completely physical. Fix your body, fix your body, fix your body, but I didn't realize, wait, I need to fix my mind. And so I started just doing this naturally. I'm like, I need to challenge myself. Let's do cryotherapy. Let's get really, really cold and see if you can endure it. And then I started staying in the dry sauna really, really long periods of time. Like last weekend on Sunday, it was 50 minutes. And so I'm just naturally like kind of pushing myself and kind of building up that mental muscle and the mental calluses so that my mind is stronger and more robust, just like my body's supposed to be after all this training. And anyway, those are the examples I have from my own experience. And what I'd like to do, he's actually really inspired me. I think a lot of his ideas are applicable to people with chronic conditions, but because he's so intense and a soldier and like the ultra extreme example of someone who goes all in, it's probably unattainable and seems just like far-fetched, kind of like a Superman comic book to someone who suffers with a chronic condition, because they're not trying to exceed what everybody else is doing by a lot. They're just trying to be like everybody else. And so the goal line is different, and even that one might seem unattainable. Just being like everybody else might seem like it's too much and you can't get there. And so they'll be unmotivated. So I'd like to kind of adapt his principles and find ways to help people who have physical problems still develop their minds. Because no matter what your physical condition is, you can always work out your mind. And this is what I realized as I was doing my journey. I'm like, I don't have to have any particular physical attribute to get into a cold tub. It might be hard if you're in a wheelchair or something like that, but most people can do it. Or get in a cold shower with a seat. If you had to sit in a wheelchair in the shower. I don't actually even know how people with wheelchairs shower, but I'm assuming they get on a seat or something. But it's adaptable. You could do it. And so I want to take these techniques and develop them for people with chronic debilitating conditions. And I think it's helped me a ton, and I think it would help them too. So the tip to getting a really good night's sleep has a lot to do with your mattress. I mentioned my sheets. Apparently sheets can affect your sleep a lot too, which I did not know. So beware sheets. But the mattress you have can make a big difference. We've actually gone through a lot of different mattresses over the years to try to find one that would work with my spine. And what's nice now is that so many companies offer these trials that you can basically just go in kind of, round robin fashion, try one out, doesn't work, try another, try one out, doesn't work, try another, until you find the one that works for you. And there's really no cost involved as long as you return the mattress within the whatever the window is that they give you to return it in. So don't be afraid to mattress shop. It's easier to do now than it's ever been before. Fighting for your life means embracing discomfort daily. In the same way that you need to do some kind of exercise for your body, you also need to exercise your mind. That's how you build up your mental muscles, and in David Goggin's terminology, your mental calluses. I've mentioned a couple of different options for you to choose from to exercise your mind, like a cold tub or a dry sauna or cold showers. Do you have any other ideas that might help people develop their mental muscles and their mental capacity? If you do, please share in the comment section, and don't forget to subscribe.